Hi, I'm Randall. I didn't always know how to wear clothes, or wear them appropriately, or push them to the limit as I struggled with my weight, but I always had a certain je ne sais quoi. And look at me now! Whether it's home decor, entertaining, or fashion, I'm here to help others find their inner Randall. But as perfect as I am, I have lots to learn and strive to step outside my labatons. So join me on my fabulous adventures as I help others and learn something on the way. This is Randall to the rescue. Oh, hello. It's Randall Fabulista, and welcome to Randall to the Rescue. I'm going through the multitude of letters I always get from you people asking for help. For example, I got one from a hairstylist. Their request didn't make the cut. Oh, and one from a garbage man. Well, their idea had been recycled. And to be honest with you, it's a bit trashy. But I did get this letter, and it's from somebody I know. Dear Randall, we met several years ago at Western Canada Fashion Week when you were emceeing and I was modeling. Over the years, I followed you on social media and love your flair for decorating. I do have good flair. I've been on quite a journey and am involved with many projects. However, the one thing I have no idea about is home decor. I would love it if you could help me Randallize my room. I love Randallizing things. In exchange, I will teach you some wheelchair moves, including some of my Bolly wheel moves. Sincerely, Bean Gill. Well, I love Randallizing things, and I love Bollywood. I say we're gonna do it. To the Randallmobile!
Randall to the rescue. Oh, yeah. Randall to the rescue. Randall to the rescue.
So, I'm really excited about today's episode. I am going to be working with Benveed is her real name, but she goes by Bean Gill. Now, I first met her at Western Canada Fashion Week when she was rolling down the runway. She said that was okay to say that. She was one of the models. I was emceeing. I've been watching her career. She's fabulous. She's now one of the stars in CBC's Push. So today, she's going to be teaching me some of the challenges of being in a wheelchair. Now, I wasn't actually sure what to wear. I wore gloves because I have tender hands. I don't know. And of course, my wrist brace for my tender little wing. Anyway, come on, let's go and meet Bean.
Hey, Randall. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Well, this is pretty nifty.
Thank you.
I didn't know they did this. Like, they probably had to customize all this for you.
Oh, yes, this is all very, very custom.
Wow, amazing.
And I got a government grant to pay for it.
God bless the government, which are words we don't often say.
Perks of living in Alberta.
Yeah, especially living in Alberta.
Well, I'm really excited for today.
I'm really excited too. Have a big TV star in my show. Okay, so what do I do first?
Okay, so first you're gonna pop your brakes off. So this is the handle for your brakes.
Yeah.
You're gonna push it away from you. Yeah,
Okay.
under the seat, and same with the other side.
Am I gonna start rolling as soon as I do that?
I mean, yeah, you gotta hold on to
Okay.
because our sidewalks are never flat.
Okay,
Okay?
now what?
And so when we're going up the ramp, you
Yeah.
want to engage your core. So pull your stomach in.
Okay.
Lean forward a little bit.
Okay.
You're just gonna push. Okay. You're gonna
Okay.
push hard.
So what happens if I'm sitting back? I might fall back.
Yeah. Just physics. It's easier if you're going uphill. Lean forward.
Help! Should I follow you?
Sure. And then just remember that you're able-bodied. Okay.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
The ramp is so much more steep when you're having to propel yourself up it. It was a great workout for the upper body, though. Okay.
All right.
Well, I can't believe we made it inside. These things are really kind of scary. And like,
Yeah, when you first get into it, it's a steep learning curve of how to use it, how to position your body, how to use your body even though it's paralyzed, like how to use physics to your advantage, levers and stuff.
so I don't know your story. So what happened?
Well, I was on vacation in 2012, and it was Friday the 13th in July. Woke up and went to, went to the bathroom and stuff, and went to the window to open up the curtains, and then I walked back to the bed, and those last 4 steps would be the last 4 steps I'd take on my own. I had no idea, but I still remember. I remember what the carpet felt like on the bottom of my feet. I remember getting into the bed with my right leg first, and then just experiencing like the worst pain I've ever felt in my low back.
So you didn't, I thought you were like maybe in like an accident?
Nope, I had a virus that attacked my spinal cord, and it all happened within 10 minutes. It's wild, man. It's wild. I didn't know this could happen until it happened.
I was gonna say, I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, me neither, until it happened to me. And yeah, the pain lasted like a couple of minutes, and then I couldn't move my right leg. So I was laying in bed trying to move both my legs, but only my left leg was moving. And then like a minute or so later, my left leg went prickly from my hip to my toes in a whoosh kind of motion.
Did you get the virus on vacation, or is it something like you can get anywhere?
I think I was born with it, to be quite honest. I've had a number of autoimmune conditions in my life, and after doing a lot of research on my own, I believe it was the Epstein-Barr virus that paralyzed me, EBV, which is very, very common. Lots of people have it. Only the special ones get to stage 4.
My uncle had it, and he was a painter, and he it got so bad for him that at one point he couldn't even blink.
Oh my goodness.
They had to, like the nurses had to blink for him. He eventually got to the point where he could ambulate,
Yeah.
but
Did he have GBS? Guillain-Barré syndrome?
That's exactly what he had.
Yeah.
It's like a medical professional.
I mean, literally, I'm an X-ray tech.
You're an X-ray tech.
Yeah,
Are you still? Come on, let's roll.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
Let's roll.
Are you still an X-ray tech?
No, you can't do that job being paralyzed.
Because you have to stand for
Yeah,
it.
and most X-ray machines are ceiling mounted. And honestly, like I just kind of knew I wasn't going to be an X-ray tech forever. I didn't know that this is how I was going to leave
your
the
career
profession.
transition. After you met Em.
Oh, thank you.
Because I have no idea what I'm doing.
We have to go single file through these doors.
That was more, bump, speed bump.
Yeah, I tried like resisting the darkness, which is like the depression, I call it the darkness. I tried resisting it for so long because I'm just like a naturally positive person.
Right.
And it was always like, nope, that's fine. I'm gonna be walking, I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
It's all good, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Right? And then, yeah, so I ended up first being misdiagnosed when I was initially paralyzed. And then I didn't get my official diagnosis until 3 months later.
Yeah.
And so when I read that diagnosis of transverse myelitis, which directly translated means inflammation of the spinal cord at whichever level, and mine's at T10, T11, so my waist level. When I read that like when you have 1 lesion, you have TM. When you have 2 lesions, you have MS, multiple sclerosis.
Oh.
And Alberta has the highest rate of MS in North America.
Isn't that crazy? I don't know why.
It's the air we breathe, the meat we eat, the water we drink, the food we eat.
Interesting.
All of it. All of it.
Time to learn some wheelchair moves, starting with getting into the elevator. Beep, beep. Look at me, like I'm getting pretty good at. I just said that he crashes into the wall. Wait. Okay, sorry. So, do you always wear gloves?
Always.
Yeah.
For summer.
You know what's so funny is I literally brought these as kind of like, oh, haha. You need them.
You need them. It'll rip your hands apart.
It'll rip your hands apart.
Yeah.
So tell me, you said you do public speaking. So what kind of stuff do you talk about, or what? Like, tell me about that.
So Ryu kind of led me into public speaking.
Okay.
And what I love talking about is disability etiquette. Of just like showing people and telling people how to interact with people with disabilities, how to be an ally, and like what I usually say is 3 very simple things.
Okay.
1, look at them. If you see somebody with a disability, look at them.
Interesting.
Right?
So you find people avert their eyes because they're uncomfortable.
Yes. The reaction I get a lot is, Right? And it's just like, I know you can see me, like people with visible disabilities are both hyper visible and invisible at the same time. And so
I hadn't thought about that. Wow, okay.
So just give them, most people want to feel seen, heard, and loved, right?
Yeah.
So by just making eye contact, cracking a smile, you've now given this person permission to take up space. Right? You've now made them feel seen, and
right.
a blip out of your day
right.
to this person,
right.
they now feel like, hey, I belong here.
Well, you know what, it's funny, so one of the things I always say is I love giving people compliments who deserve a compliment. I remember one time I was jogging past a woman and I turned around and I jogged back and I went, you look fabulous. And then took off, like I didn't want anything. And I always say that random act of kindness takes nothing out of your day, it makes theirs. So it's the same concept. You know, it just makes, it's important to them, but it takes no effort on your part.
Exactly. So yeah, I just see them and I always like distinguish. I'm not saying stare and I'm not saying gawk. I'm saying look at them. See them as a human.
Right. Just like you would any other person you're walking by, you know, and don't go out of your way, but if it's natural to look at them, look at them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you want to talk to them, go talk to them.
Yeah.
Right? But there's like what you don't want to say is, hey, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Right? But you can say like, hey, I see you're using a mobility aid. Would you mind sharing your story with me? And if they say no, respect it.
100%.
Because that's often the most traumatizing thing someone's been through.
Right.
And people sometimes don't want to talk about it with complete strangers.
See, it's funny. So I wouldn't feel comfortable saying that to somebody. Do you want to?
Yeah, that's
do
okay.
you want to tell me about it? Because, so, ignoring it, does that normalize it, or does that make it weirder?
It makes it weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, because when you're ignoring, I mean, and each person's so different, right?
Yeah.
Some people will be fully offended by it. Most people will tell you too much because like the way I feel is every time I share my story, it sheds a little bit of the burden that it holds on me.
A problem shared is a problem halved.
Right.
Somebody said that to me once, and I love that saying.
So like, if you're curious, ask. Right? And like little kids especially, they have no filters. They will just come up to me and be like, what happened? What is this? Why are you sitting in it? Right? And so I'll just tell them it's a wheelchair and my legs don't work like yours do. And they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
that's all
they're
they need to know.
Yeah.
But when the parent comes in and is like, no, don't talk to them.
Yeah.
That's where the stigma starts.
Right.
Because now this toddler has associated disability with fear.
Right.
Right?
So you know what's funny for me is when I first saw you at Western Canada Fashion Week, my first thought of you in my head is not your wheelchair, it was your hair. It's your hair. I'll be honest with you, and that's what drew me to you. Because I don't think about the wheelchair, I think about what I saw. I was like, oh cool, you're cool. Who are you?
That's awesome. I like that. But yeah, a lot of people, I mean, they're intrigued by the wheelchair or the disability, but they don't know how to ask. They don't know how to act around people.
So would you say that when you're public speaking, that is your main message, disability etiquette?
It depends on my audience,
Okay.
but yeah, I really try to talk about it all the time just because I try to take every opportunity to create allies, right? So and a lot of things I didn't know about disability until I became the person with the disability.
Yeah.
Right? So if I can share with others and help them not make those same mistakes and make people feel included, and especially in these days and age where we're talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah.
Right? So let's act it too.
Well, I had no idea how tough ramps were. I literally had no idea. And the other thing I like about it is I'm a big etiquette person overall, and now I can just add that to my etiquette book.
That's right, your disability etiquette.
My disability etiquette book.
Yeah.
What was that? Dis-et? I don't know. I'll think of something.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
And then the last two things to be an ally.
Yes.
Don't park in our parking stalls.
Yes.
Okay. It's a very, 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 very big problem that we have, especially here in Edmonton. Big problem. And secondly, don't use our accessible bathroom stalls. I've peed my pants sitting outside the only accessible stall waiting for an able-bodied woman to finish taking a shit. And it is not dignified. And there are 12 to 15 other stalls that anybody can use. There's only one that I can use, and that's the one where most people feel the need to go take a dump.
Right.
And then, right? And so now, I can't hold my pee. I can feel when I need to go, but I can't hold it. So when I gotta go, I gotta go.
Because it affected that muscle as well.
Of course, if you have a spinal cord injury, you're gonna piss yourself and you're gonna shit yourself. This is just a part of life because your spinal cord controls everything.
It makes sense, but people don't think about that.
Of course. I mean, the generalization is, oh, you have a spinal cord injury, you can't walk.
Right,
That's
100%.
Right?
100%, but I would have never thought about that.
Your blood pressure can be affected, your bowel, bladder, sexual function can be affected. it's so much more
Yeah.
than just you can't walk.
Yeah.
But that's why I love having conversations like this
Yeah.
to dispel a lot of these myths and misconceptions and actually like tell people this is the reality that we live in.
Well, you know what's so interesting about sitting and talking with people through doing Randall to the Rescue and talking to people like you and just all these different people, I just, like, you think you know a lot of stuff, and then I'm constantly going, what? Oh my God, I didn't know that. Like, you know, and that's, I think, so that's part of what I want the audience to learn. And I'm also, you know, too, I feel like my brain's like the Grinch's heart. His brain grew 3 times his normal size.
That's hilarious.
So, should you want to see how much I've learned today?
Yes.
Okay.
Rock it out.
Let's rock and roll. Get it? See what I did there? Okay.
Roll out. What are you doing? Cheating? Sit back down.
Well, I just had my first handicapped bathroom experience.
Oh, really?
It didn't go well. Anyway, we won't
par
talk.
for course.
It was poopy.
Shitty situation.
Yeah, there you go. So wow, I learned so much today.
Good.
And how did I do?
You did great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did great. Unintentional wheelies.
Unintentional wheelies. I've got a sore
fell?
thumb. I fell. I knew.
Did
I
a
like.
ramp.
I did everything.
You did.
It was
You
awesome.
did a great job.
Now, it's my turn to help you. So I'm struggling to believe that this room you've described to me is as bad as because you're fabulous. So I'm expecting
Thank
it's
you.
probably fabulous and it doesn't need any help at all.
It's bare. It's bare.
Bare.
I'm good at designing myself. I'm not good at designing houses. And growing up, we weren't allowed to hang anything on the walls because we
What?
were always selling our houses. So we weren't allowed to hang anything. So I just never really had that
Well,
design.
you are in good hands because it's Randall to the rescue.
Yes.
Let's go take a look at the room.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go upstairs.
Oh, an elevator. That's cool. Guess it makes sense.
Yes. Single.
And here we are.
Welcome.
So where are we going?
Right over here.
Right over here to the room of, oh dear. Okay, when you said a blank palette, you
I meant it.
meant it. So And again, like you're just like so fabulous. I just assumed the room was gonna look like you.
I mean, my closet does.
Well, that's it. Well, and wow, that's a nice big walk-in closet.
Yes,
Jealous.
thank you.
Jealous.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would kill for something like that. Okay, so let's look at the always look on the bright side of life. Here's the bright side to this. With a blank palette, we can do anything.
Exactly.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about what you maybe like to have done, or what your likes and dislikes are. Or...
Okay. So my plan was to have just like white walls, with splashes of color.
Okay.
I love
Well, we've
color.
got the white walls.
Yeah,
We just don't have any color.
Yes.
Yes.
This is what I need help with.
Yeah. Are there?
Yeah, I
so
can.
okay. So do you have any pieces you want for sure to include in the
Yes.
room? Okay.
Yes. So I have these that my friend painted, and
Oh wow.
she hand painted them. I've had them for honestly a couple of years, and haven't hung them anywhere.
These are awesome. You know, we can
so
totally do something with this.
Okay.
Okay. I think I have an idea, but I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. Okay, so we got those.
Yep.
Hang on a sec. What is this fabulous thing?
This is a picture that my sister had made for me on my 5th rebirthday. Like the day I was paralyzed, I call it my rebirthday.
Oh.
And my 5th one was like really hard. It hit me really, really hard that year.
So why do you think that was?
I think each year is just so different.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
how you
yeah,
feel
yeah.
and the things you've experienced
Yeah.
and what you're going through that
Yeah.
day. Like that day is like the hardest day of the year for me. And it just, there's so many outside factors and
Yeah,
how it
right.
goes. And there's just, the number 5 is such a definitive, like,
It's a milestone. Yeah, just kind of like, 40, 45, 50, 50, or whatever it is, yeah.
And it just kind of, it was really tough. And so she had this made for me, and every time I read it, I cry.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
It is sitting on the floor. Why? This is really important to me, and I really love it. So I leave it sitting on the floor where no one can see it. Well, that's gonna change.
Yeah.
We're gonna get this hung.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, we were never allowed to hang things on walls. We weren't allowed to make holes in the walls growing up because we would always build a house, live in it, sell it.
Oh, see, that would
And
make me
so-
crazy. That'd make me
Just how
crazy
we've grown up.
because I love things on walls. I'm definitely I'm a maximalist, big time. Now the bed's pretty plain.
Yes.
So you know what I would love to see is like throw pillows, that sort of thing. Now, does that make it more challenging for you to go getting ready for bed because you can just throw them, hence the name. And I think we need something more around the bed. Like I'm seeing maybe move this, I'm assuming that's the nightstand.
It is a nightstand,
Okay, maybe we
yeah.
move that. You definitely need better lighting in here. So maybe we could look at some ambient lighting. Now, there's one feature I've noticed in the room, which is this ceiling recess, which I love. So I feel like we're not celebrating it. So how would you feel about having it painted?
Okay.
Okay, that was not a solid yes. That was not a solid yes. That was okay.
I mean, I'm gonna trust you here. You're here to rescue me, so
Awesome.
I will trust your
Awesome.
thoughts.
I think I would like to have this painted, and I have a great color inspiration.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell you, or do you want to be surprised?
I'll be surprised.
Okay, we'll be surprised. You guys will find out what it is, so. Okay, awesome. Well, you know what? So we have a couple things we have to do. Number one, I have to change because there is no way I'm going shopping in this. And then we will rendezvous at a store, do some shopping, and then we'll come back and decorate.
Sounds good.
Sounds good?
Let's do it.
Randall to the rescue.
Okay.
Bye. So I've never been to this home sense before. This
Okay.
is amazing. I wish we were doing like your house in Christmas.
I know, this
I'm
is
like,
wow.
I'm
There's a lot of
obsessed
things.
with Christmas stuff. So I know we're specifically on the hunt today for pillows and light. You definitely light it. Now,
Yes.
do you want to add any decor to the room?
If we see something that
Okay,
fits,
so now I know you
sure.
said before that you are like futuristic stuff, and I don't know what that means. Like,
I
just,
don't know what it means either.
Okay,
just like
awesome. Okay, perfect.
aliens,
Because I thought it was just neat. Like,
space.
well, let's just head down this aisle and see if anything like grabs our eye.
something that looks. I don't know.
So
I, don't know how to
I
explain
saw
it either.
these, and I thought these were really fun. It's
yeah, those
kind
are
of a
nice.
mystery bowl thing, and I saw one in kind of like a reddy purpley color. I thought that
Okay.
might be kind of fun.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So let's see if I can find that again.
Okay.
Who doesn't love a disco ball, especially a rose-colored one?
So maybe because you like futuristic, to me that kind of seems like travel or that. Maybe we should get you a globe.
Yeah, I really like that.
You like the globe?
I really like the globe. Yeah.
Now, I did see this, which
Yeah,
is
that's
kind of
nice.
fun.
That's nice.
Let's see price. Not bad. Okay.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Especially because you've got the black bedspread, the black throw.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna for now throw it in there.
Sure. I like that.
Now there's also a black. We could also do something like this. Now this is a lot more traditional.
Okay. I do it
That was
correctly.
okay. Okay, that was not a resounding. I like that. So we need to get some pillows for that bed of yours.
Yes.
Big. Oh my God! Stop! Stop!
Oh. Yeah, I like those.
Oh,
I
feel
like
it.
those.
That is
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
gorgeous.
That's very soft.
And you know what I love about this? So right now, because your duvet cover is white, right?
I don't have a duvet cover right now, actually.
It's just your white duvet.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to get a duvet cover. And then you've got that black throw. See what would look great is because you have nothing else in your bed, like that would look very dramatic. Of course, I didn't look at prices. Did you look at price?
Oh, okay.
'Kay.
Okay. That is a good price.
So what we could do is do this.
1 and 1. Yeah, I like that.
I like that too.
I like that.
Bye.
Hello.
See how easily I divorce a pillow? It's like it meant nothing in my life. So I think the for sure's are
Yes.
this pillow,
I like that one a
pillow.
lot.
Like they look great together.
Very
I
much
love
so.
the black and white lamp. It's going to go great with what you have. Now I think what we need to make a decision with is
Yeah.
what's in the cart. Now you've noticed that I've mixed metallics. It's okay to mix metallics. People sometimes get really caught and it's like, oh, it has to be silver, it has to be gold. You can totally mix metallics. There's nothing
Okay.
wrong with staying with one, but you can totally mix.
Okay, good.
Now, obviously, that goes
It does
fabulously.
go very well.
But you did like this one as well.
I do. How much is this one? We didn't look at the price of this one.
I see.
Oh, okay.
I see a sales sticker.
That's nice. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I don't. I'm kind of not on that team anymore. I'm
I
more
like this one
team.
too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye. Oh, let's go picture. Okay. We were looking at this, and I love this.
Me too. I do love it, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then what
Not
we're
because
gonna
I know a disco ball.
right.
Yeah. I haven't had one in decades, so it's
And
time.
so then we'll say goodbye to this.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm the
this
world's
guy, so-
worst customer dumping things on the floor. Never do this, people. Put it back in the section once you got it. Okay.
I like this too. It's got a good price tag on it too. Makes
Right?
me happy.
Exactly. Okay, let's go check out and then let's go decorate. Let's go install.
Yes. Let's go.
Do the installation. Après-vous, madame. Well, that was fun. I can't wait
was
to see
fun.
everything in your room. I think
I
it's going to
know.
look amazing.
It will. I'm excited.
I love the fuzzy
Oh,
pillow.
me too.
Oh, it's like awesome.
My niece is gonna
And
love
I
that.
can't believe the lamp is Kate Spade.
I know.
I didn't even notice that. I mean, yes, I totally planned that.
Installation is always the most fun part of decorating. I was so pleased with how well everything turned out, and it helped having a great client. The framing of the 4 paintings together was my favorite.
Well, you know what? We've got things up.
Yeah.
So let's do a quick review.
Okay.
We finally have this amazing piece up. Now, you said this is the 6th anniversary?
On my 5th free birthday, my sister gave this to me
Right.
6 years ago.
Okay, don't peek.
Okay.
Don't peek, close your
No,
eyes.
My eyes are closed.
Okay.
Oh God, I'm excited.
So, you mentioned a couple things that you like.
Yeah.
Like future and space and color. So,
Yeah.
I had this made for you. Open your eyes.
Oh wow.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh, I love it. I love space.
So, and it's actually from a local company too in Edmonton,
Awesome.
which is really great. So
Awesome.
nice to support local.
Better.
And what's again so great with your room is that where we've done the splashes of color is in the walls. Like you've got those paintings there from your friend. They tie in great with this. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking we're gonna hang this
Okay.
right over your bed. Like how
Yes.
fabulous is that gonna look?
I love it. And she's looking out the window.
She is looking out the window. I think it's you.
That is gonna be me.
That is gonna be you.
I want to be the first paraplegic in space. Thank you.
Are you happy?
Yes, this is amazing.
You know what? I know I did it, but I honestly think it feels really warm.
It does.
There's one thing we have to do at the end of
Okay.
every show,
Okay.
and it's a photo shoot. Now, you've been
Okay.
on Western Canada Fashion Week's runway, so you know this. You've
I'm
got
ready.
this, girl.
I'm ready.
But what we need is a fan. We don't have one.
I have a
So
fan.
pretend.
A ceiling fan.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was so
Let's
fun.
face it, we're fabulous.
We are
But-
fabulous.
But you know what? I'm absolutely parched, so I'm off to the club for a smart cocktail.
Sounds good. Thank you
Bye.
so much, Randall.
I learned so much about Bean's challenges, and she faces them head on. She's an inspiration to me and hopefully to all of you, and I hope her new room inspires her to do more decorating.
We had a lovely time today, made some special friends, but everything that's fabulous must come to an end. We learned some things and had some laughs, and now it's time to go. But I'll be back for another Fabulista show.
Stay out of the handicap stall.